Okay, so I wanted to come on here and like fill in some of the gaps from this little vlog I made of being in Corfu, because honestly, like, I was too afraid to speak to the camera because I'm shy. But I realized that because of my embarrassment, I really left a lot of things out. And there are lots of things that I want to remember about the trip that I feel like I didn't talk about so much. So, just gonna get into that. Our flight was actually quite early in the morning. So we actually stayed the night beforehand in like a little hotel that was close to the airport. And after we actually got into Corfu, I was so excited. I was like, what? I can't believe I'm in Greece. Yeah, so we rented a car for the duration of the time we were there. So we got our car, we got to the Airbnb, and then we decided to go exploring. And so our first stop was walking around because we were staying in Old Corfu town. So we walked around and then we ended up at the old fortress.
We just arrived in Corfu. Kind of. We say just it. We've actually been here for like 4 hours, but we were so hot and tired because our flight was at 6 in the morning. So we're finally actually getting outside, and right now we're at the old Corfu fortress. Exciting! I'm so excited to be here. We're on our way to the top of the monastery. I think that's what it is. I don't know, because I can't get the app to work. And there aren't a lot of signs around. So, we'll see. When you visit here, I have 2 things in mind. First of all, there's some shoes that you won't slip and slide on because the stones are very slippery. Second of all, it's beautifully windy, so enjoy that because it feels honestly amazing. And third of all, there's so many crickets, and it sounds beautiful, so enjoy that as well. Also, my family left me.
Eventually, we ended up finding this cute little like area to swim at inside the old fortress near the sailing club. And that was my first time in the Ionian Sea, and man, it was amazing. Then after going in the water for a bit, exploring the old fortress, we ended up going back to the Airbnb, getting ready for dinner. We had dinner at this place called Pan I Souvlaki. I don't know.
Dinner for night one.
It was personally not good, but I feel like a lot of people do like it because I saw it like on the recommendations and it was in this cute little square and everything. That was nice. They do water down your wine, which we ran into a lot. A lot of places would water down the wine, and I don't know if that's like kind of like a cultural thing or if that's like tourists like, haha, you're stupid, we're gonna put water in your wine. So then after dinner we walked around a little bit more. I got some frozen yogurt, which I thought I would get the whole time I was there, but honestly I only got it that one time, and I made an awful choice. And I have a video of me getting it, but for some reason it's like really messed up, so I don't know how to show that to you. And I could fix it by doing some research, but I'm not going to. So we had been going to one restaurant in the morning for breakfast every single morning, and it was really good. It was really close to our Airbnb, and I would get the same thing. I got like a croissant, and I got their Greek yogurt with honey, and oh, it was so good, and a mochaccino. Day 2, we ended up going to an olive oil mill and like learned about the history of making olive oil, and we got to taste a bunch of different olive oil. We came in quite late to the tour that they were giving because we didn't know that there were like specific times. We kind of just showed up. I think we missed out on a lot of the history. But interesting to learn about like the influence of the Venetians and like how they kind of affected like the olive trade in Corfu and like wine making and stuff like that. Day 2 in Greece, we just went to one of the olive oil mills. I can't remember exactly what it was called. It's in the trunk. And now we're going to a beach. I think it's Isos Beach. I don't know. I didn't have any service, so I kind of just led us here with a map like they did in the olden days. So let's see how pretty it is. And I don't know why, but I didn't film like anything from that time. I think I do know why, because we got there, it was so hot, I was so thirsty and tired, and I literally just fell asleep on the beach for like 2 hours. And then I went in the water, and then we left and went back to the Airbnb. We just had an absolutely fab dinner, and now we're walking through the streets of Corfu town. We had dinner at Pizza a Mano. So I had a margarita pizza, because vegetarian, and also bread and tomato sauce is always good.
refreshing.
Day 3, we just did like a whole tour of the north, and we went to I cannot say it, Paleokista, but it was just so busy. There wasn't even like room to be on the beach, honestly. We didn't actually get out of the car. We kind of just like saw that and then turned around and walked away. It looked like a beautiful area though, but maybe like if you came back not in like the summer months, maybe it would be like a nice area to explore. So we kept driving and we drove up these crazy mountaintop hills where like only one car could fit at a time. Then we ended up at this old Byzantine castle. I'd read about it and I knew it was in the area, but I didn't really realize how close we were to it. And I had read online that it was like this crazy trek to get up there, like a hike, and everybody's like, oh, it's like insane hike to get up to the top, blah, 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 blah. But then we were speaking to these people at the cafe that's down below, and they were like, oh no, it's not that bad, it's actually quite quick. And they're right. It was only like 10 minutes up some stairs. So don't listen to everything you read online, because I don't like know what people are talking about. But I mean, maybe don't listen to me then, because maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm staring at quite an amazing view right now, and in the back I can see Albania and like mainland Greece, which is pretty freaking cool. The walk up here is actually not bad at all. It's maybe 10 minutes of steps, but I also just like climbed up Yosemite waterfall, Upper Falls, like a month ago, so maybe I'm just have a warped sense of reality. Smells like fish in here. It's so cool.
After that, we kept exploring the north, and we ended up at Old Parithia, which is like this tiny little like abandoned Venetian medieval town.
We've been driving around all day on the north side of Corfu, and we've just made it to Old Parithia, which is like an abandoned Venetian town, kind of up in this really bushy, dry mountainside. What? Oh, I'm afraid of snakes. I feel like there are some out here for sure. But it's very cool. Look, Abandoned building. Abandoned building. It's hot. It's bloody hot. And dry.
Except for it's not very abandoned because there were like a bunch of restaurants up there. We got some drinks from one of the little restaurants, and then we kind of just headed back to the Airbnb before going to Manoa Pizzeria one more night. The next day was our last full day, so then we like did a little bit of exploring in Old Town Corfu. Our last full day we went to a different place that was like a pancake place that I kept seeing people talk about, and it was really good. I think first of all, like everything has nuts on it, so we got one of the only pancakes that didn't have nuts. And then second of all, big mistake that I made was forgetting that like to Europeans, like having an American fluffy pancake is quite a novelty. For me, it's not. So would I have paid that much money again just to get like a stack of pancakes? No, actually never again. After breakfast, we then ended up going to the architecture museum. The archaeology museum in Corfu. And that was cool. It was very interesting to like see kind of some of the artifacts that they had, and I don't know, learn a little bit more about the history of the island of Corfu and like all the different kind of like groups of people that came to settle on the island. After the archaeology museum, we went to a different beach. It was called like Matthias Beach, which was it was like a bit further down from Isos Beach, the beach we went to way back when. It was so nice. There was like no one there. It was a bit more wild. The water was amazing, and we like brought snacks with us, ate snacks, and then pretty much just spent like an hour in the water, and it was so nice. And then after being there for a bit, we went back to the Airbnb, washed up, got out cute, and we had our last dinner at this little restaurant that was right next to our Airbnb called Abacus, and it was kind of more like traditional Greek food. My sister and I shared like a Turkish egg kind of vibe thing that was served on top of chips, which was very interesting. And my mom had the Corfiot sofrito dish. It was my goal to try and find kumquat liqueur while we were there, and it was surprisingly more difficult than I thought, and I didn't get it until the last night that we were there, and I didn't like it. But then I did like it. It like took a second for me to like it. It kind of ended up being like, oh, this is just kind of an Aperol Spritz kind of vibe, like very similar flavor. And then we kind of did as we always did after dinner, just walk around and go explore a little bit. Nobody slept up here because it was actually too scary. So
Whoops. I wish that I could say that I was brave enough to sleep here, but I wasn't. It was terrifying. And I kept hearing things and like thinking that I was going to be eaten or something. And then this, let's see, can you even tell? I don't know. Maybe you can't tell, but that is a sun mirror. No. What is it? Sun roof window or whatever, but we never opened it because it's literally like hot to the touch. So I don't even want to know what it'd be like if we opened that up. And I won't, because I ain't gonna open it and we're leaving today. Whoops. This was the only thing that brought us any sort of comfort and joy. Walk down the step. And that's where I slept, on the ground with the mattress from up top. And I had the air conditioning blowing this way directly onto me, and it felt amazing. So, yippee-hoo! Here's the kitchen and some grapes that we couldn't finish, that we literally never used. We're leaving the Airbnb now to go get breakfast before heading to the airport and leaving Corfu forever. Bye, Corfu. It was nice seeing you. See you again.
Got to the airport and had to drop off the car, but we ended up waiting in line for like 2.5 hours because, I don't know, it was just like a big mess really. But we actually didn't even need to wait in that line, so we were just kind of standing around for no reason. Eventually we ended up getting through and getting onto the plane. When we got on the plane, we actually then had to wait another 2.5 hours because there was something wrong and there was like not enough people to actually like, I don't know, like help the plane go so that we could fly. So the whole ordeal took quite some time, but we eventually got home and that's what mattered. And I read my little book and I was just like pretending to not be existing in the world and just got lost in my book, and time went by quickly. But yeah, Greece accomplished. Grateful for it, happy about it, excited for what's next.